finals day. Wonky. It's not working. Surprise my grandma. Welcome back. It's been a very long time since I picked up my camera. I didn't really film for the last like month or so just because I was really adjusting to my new living situation. My family was in town for a while, and I went down to go visit my brother at college while my parents were still here. Then I had friends from high school like hang out with me for a little while. So yeah, my month was just pretty hectic. And then on top of that, I had school every day. Also, when we first started school, like there was this whole big thing about like code of conduct. I was just really scared to have my camera out. Like I don't think that's allowed at my school, question mark. I really don't know. We get graded on professionalism in our classes, especially in our lab. And so we have like instructors watching us at all times, making sure you're wearing scrubs and like appropriate shoes or clothing. Your posture is a big one, and then just the way that like you communicate and like ask questions. I would definitely think that having a camera on yourself the whole time is not very professional, so I did not want to risk that, especially because it's my first term. I also don't think that 99% of my classmates know that I have a channel, and I kind of want to keep it that way. But today is Monday. It's finals week, which is crazy to think about because I feel like we had just started dental school. I have a 6-week summer term, so we started the first week of August and then we end this week. So this is our 6th week of school, which has flown by so quickly. It's pretty crazy. Our load was pretty light. We only had 2 classes, but we went to school pretty much 5 days a week, and our schedule is like 8 to 4:15 twice a week, and then 8 to 5 the rest of the week. So we're in school pretty much all day long. Also, I'm gonna be going to Arizona for like 2 days to see my boyfriend before I head back home to Hawaii, because after our summer term we have a 1-week break before we start our fall term. So I'm gonna be going home. I left a bunch of clothes at home, so I'm probably gonna pick up some clothes and visit family, which will be a really nice mental break. This is our schedule for this week. Today was Monday. We had group projects that we had to do, so we had those like presented today in class. Tomorrow morning, which is Tuesday, we have our first part of our final, which is a wax up. We have 4 hours to finish a wax up, which is a good amount of time. Our wax up, I believe, is going to be a mandibular first molar. I want to say it's going to be number 30. After our wax up final, we have our second class. Like we just have like a regular lecture. Wednesday morning, we have 2 exams. We have our tooth identification exam, and so we basically have like a whole bunch of teeth throughout the classroom, and we have all these stations, and we have 1 minute to look at a tooth and then answer, and then we like keep rotating. But like that 1 minute includes the amount of time it takes you to walk from one station to another, so you really only have like 40 seconds, which really isn't too bad. And then at 10 or like 10:15, pretty much right after, we have our written exam. After our exam on Wednesday, which should end around 12, I'm gonna be flying to Arizona. I have an exam Thursday afternoon at 2 o'clock, and so this is for our other class. And then on Friday, we have 2 2-hour like lecture things that are virtual, so I'm gonna do that in Arizona. And then Saturday, I'm finally gonna fly home to Hawaii. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow morning while I panic before my final. Good morning. It's currently, there's my alarm, currently 6:45, and I just got up like 5-10 minutes ago. But it's Monday and I have my waxing final today. Today I'm gonna be eating blueberry yogurt, nothing special, and I like to put I like to put granola on top, and this is my absolute favorite brand of granola. While I eat this, I'll study like a pack of flashcards or something. finals day. We're doing this too. Woohoo! Just turned in my final for my final wax up. We just had to turn in our typodonts with like a self-evaluation paper folded in between the maxillary and mandibular arch. We get our grades tomorrow after our tooth ID and written evaluation. Every instructor has their own way of grading. Like, one instructor might think this is like the best wax up they've ever seen, and another instructor might think it's the worst that they've ever seen. It just depends on who's grading our finals. But I made myself some lunch, so I literally just made eggs and rice because I had leftover rice from last night. I'm gonna try and study like 2 sets of flashcards, maybe 3, before I start my class at 2:15. So I have a lecture class at 2:15, which shouldn't be too bad because I think we just have a guest speaker, but like all of this information is gonna be on the final for that class, which is on Thursday. So lots of studying today, and then exams tomorrow and flying out. Okay, so I just finished class, and now I have pretty much all night to make sure that I am ready for my 2 exams tomorrow. I also need to wash clothes and pack my bag for tomorrow because I'm basically leaving to the airport like 1 hour after I finish my exam. I am getting so tired of doing flashcards, so I think I'm gonna practice identifying teeth. So what I'm gonna do is get my practice model thing. I basically put them all in this little container. So usually we have these strips in the container just to keep everything in place. I put everything in here, and then I'm just gonna like mix around and then like randomly pick one and then say what I think it is, and then I'm gonna put them back on there in their spots. And then I don't have an answer key, so I can't tell if I'm right or not, but like towards the end, like when I start filling this up and I realize that things aren't looking right, then I'll know that I messed up somewhere. This is a maxillary canine, and then this is a mandibular canine. This guy, it's like so nice. Like you go from here and you go straight down, and it's just like nice and smooth like a crescent, whereas this guy, he's like kind of like wonky looking. Like he looks pretty smooth, but he also like looks like he has a little belly, or like it's a little flatter here, and this part of the cingulum is like a lot more pronounced, and so that's how you know that's maxillary, because it's like a fish body, which is what they call their roots, while this is a crescent. So yeah, I will see you probably in the morning because I'm just gonna be studying the rest of the night and getting ready for bed. So I will see you when I'm crying tomorrow morning, freaking out because I didn't study enough. So good morning. It is the day of my tooth ID and written finals. It's currently 6:50 and I've been up for the last hour or so studying, like just like last minute flashcards just to like double check some of the things that I had a hard time with. And I don't know why I woke up so early. I also slept by like 9:30 last night. Okay, so I got ready, bags packed, wearing Good Luck burgundy scrubs, hopefully. Also, the weather is super gloomy today, so that's good because I like gloomy weather when I'm studying or like staying indoors. So hopefully that'll help me. But I'm about to leave for school because it's 7:50. So yeah, so windy. I'm low-key freezing. So I just got home from my final. After our written final was actually kind of difficult because there are a few things like I feel like I've never heard of. Me and my other classmates were all like really equally confused on some of the questions. But after we turned in our final, we had to go to the separate room to go and grab our typodonts, and then our instructors handed us our rubrics that were graded. I saw my grade. Luckily, I passed my wax up. Our wax ups were out of like 72 and I got like a 68. I left my rubric at school, so I don't really remember what it is I lost points on. I think it might have been like a triangular ridge or something. I was so happy because if we didn't pass, we had the chance to remediate today at 1 o'clock. My flight is at 3:30, so I would have had to cancel my flight. But I changed my clothes, and now I have to pack my bag and clean my apartment because I have to leave in like an hour or so I need to hurry up. Okay, so I finally got through TSA and I'm heading to my gate. It was kind of hectic. There was such a long line at TSA. There was only one person doing like checking IDs and tickets and things like that. It took like 30 minutes to get through TSA, which is ridiculous because usually Portland's airport is so fast because it's so small, but not today. It's currently 2:15 and I board in 40 minutes. Good morning. I am now in Arizona. So I landed in Arizona last night and then my boyfriend took me to Tasty Pot, which is like a personal hot pot place. They have it like all over really. It's in Oregon and Washington. I've been to multiple locations. It's kind of crazy because this is where I lived last year, and so it's pretty cool to be back in the same place where I basically spent my last year of undergrad. So the study area is really comfortable for me, which is nice because I have my last final for my summer term today. I stayed up till about 12 o'clock last night, spent like three-ish hours studying, but then I woke up early again this morning. It's currently 8:15. My boyfriend just left for school, but I'm in the middle of studying for my final, which is at 2 o'clock, so I have about 6 hours. I still have 2 PowerPoint presentations to go through, and then I'll probably just go through some of the flashcards I made. It's a social justice class. I feel like a lot of it comes from like your personal take on race or social justice and health equity and things like that, so I'm not too worried. And I also don't know what to expect because this is the first exam we're ever having for this class. We have topics about health equity and then social determinants of health, and then we have like PowerPoints about houselessness and traumatic brain injury, so they're kind of like all over the place. But it's now 8:20 and we don't have any class today. We just have this exam and then that's it. Like, it's so nice because I just get to study all morning, and then after I take my exam I'll be done. It's a 2-hour exam, which is kind of nerve-wracking, and we do it like on an online software where like our cameras are on and then they like track, I don't know, I guess like they track your eye movement or like whatever and your sound, and then they'll flag you. I'm currently editing my study guide, which is on my iPad, and then going through the presentations and my flashcards, which are on my laptop. But I also really want to order some food because I don't know, my boyfriend just doesn't buy groceries, I guess. Tomorrow will be my last day of school. I just have those 2 WebEx meetings and then I fly home Saturday morning. My parents and I are planning a way to surprise my grandma because my grandma doesn't know I'm coming home. So I think it'll be so much fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to like relaxing my brain. Like, I definitely take breaks a lot when I'm studying or doing work, but to fully like relax and not think about anything is so nice. Actually, I can't really relax because I'm gonna be working. If you didn't know, I worked as a substitute teacher, and so I'm still like certified, like I can still go back and work, and it's kind of like an on-call or like schedule on your own kind of thing. And so I made myself available for the week that I'm home because dental school is expensive and I need money. So I'm working 3 out of the 5 days of the week. I didn't want to work anymore. I like cut it off right there. This is what's left of my sandwich. I don't think you can see really, but it's a pretty stuffy sandwich. Right? And I also got a green smoothie. I think it's like kale, pineapple. I honestly don't know, but it's so good. I have one more presentation to go through, and then my classmates sent out a study guide and it's 28 pages. So I was like, do I really want to look through it? But I'm looking through that now while I eat. So I will see you when it is almost exam time. Hello, it is currently 2:07, which means I have 8 minutes until my last final starts. I'm kind of freaking out. I've been studying like on and off for the last 6 hours. We can't go into our exam until we're given a password, and then once we're given the password, then we're able to start our exam. And it's a 2-hour exam, so I'll get out at 4:15 unless I finish early. I think what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna try and find all of the short answer questions, and then I'm gonna do like bullet points because right now everything's kind of fresh in my brain. And so if I just put like what I want to talk about for each one, at least like when I get to the question, like I can like quickly type something out rather than like staring at it, and then while I think about that, I'm like forgetting about other things. Okay, so I just finished my last final. It's 4:20, so we had until 4:15 I think, and I didn't finish till like 4:02. So we started at 2:15. The first person messaged in the Discord at 2:58. How do you take 40 minutes? I took almost 2 hours. And then people were like 3:15. I think the average was like 3:30, 3:40-ish. So I mean, they finished like 20-30 minutes before me. I also think I wrote too much because it was like half the questions, I think half if not more than half the questions were short answer. I tried to incorporate as many examples as I could and to like relate it to, like we had to read a book this semester, and so I tried to like relate concepts on the exam to the book and things like that, just to like show my teacher that I actually pay attention in class and do my work and studied. I spent a lot of time going through each question, rereading each question and on my answers, and I had like 10 minutes left when I finally submitted it. Then I started freaking out because the program that we use turns off our Wi-Fi. So we take our exams without Wi-Fi, and then it was like, exam could not upload, exam could not upload. I was like, what the heck? Like saying, check your connection, blah, 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 blah. And so I'm like trying to check my connection, right? But it's not working. So I like turned on my Wi-Fi because they turned it off, right? So I had to like turn on my Wi-Fi, and I got an email saying that my answer file was submitted. But then we have our monitoring file, and I think like because it records you throughout the entire thing, maybe like it's taking so long because it flagged me 100 times because I'm like writing and then I'm just like staring like this, or I'm like what is the word, like I'm thinking like that, and like I don't want it to flag me thinking like she's looking somewhere. There's literally nothing in this room. It's plain white. There's like nothing in front of me either. It's a window, you know? So it's like, I don't know, I really hope it didn't flag me. Well, it's been almost 30 minutes since I submitted my exam, and my bar went from 1, now it's at 70, so it's still not like submitted. But like I'm freaking out because like I don't want it to look like on my teacher's end, make it look like it's late, like, but then I don't know, it's stressful. I woke up early this morning and I had my orientation meeting, which was like nice and it was fast, but I was having some connection issues, so I missed like a good 10 minutes. And then at 1 o'clock I had my unconscious bias training, which was actually a lot of fun. But then that just finished. So about 30 minutes ago, somebody in our class like messaged the whole class saying that our final written exams were posted, and so I went to go check that. I did better than I thought. We're gonna celebrate for being like officially done. Like I finished all of the meetings I needed to do. We're headed out to like a really early dinner. It's like 4:15. We are heading to Scottsdale to go to like this Mexican restaurant, and we're going super early so that we can hit happy hour for cheap food and for some cheap drinks. Like I was done with finals yesterday, but today I'm like officially done because I finished all of my like meeting things. So like there's nothing I have to do until I start school in like a week or two. So yeah, I fly out tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, so I have to be up really early. Currently 6 a.m. and I'm about to leave to the airport. My boarding is in like 45 minutes, so we gotta hurry up, but I'm tired and I am quite excited to go home. Heading to surprise my grandma. Put on a hat. Okay. Oh, that's far. Put on a hat to hide my appearance, and I'm just gonna bang into her. Oh, this is gonna be so funny. My dad picked me up from the airport and we're gonna go surprise my grandma. She's in Chinatown right now at the market with my mom, so that's where we are, and we're like walking to where they are.